Prime Minister Andrew Holness says COVID-19 hospitalization has declined since September, but the nation's health system is still under pressure from the pandemic. He gave an update in Parliament this week.
At this level of hospitalization, there continues to be an inordinate amount of resources consumed with dealing with COVID cases, and there is an adverse impact on other persons seeking to access the healthcare system for non-communicable diseases such as heart diseases, cancers, etc. Madam Speaker, this is grossly unfair and cannot be allowed to continue much longer.
He says the daily positivity rate has declined as well.
The average number of additional persons that are infected by a single infected person, that is the definition or the understanding of the R0. The R0 has been falling and is now at approximately 0.8. Madam Speaker, you will recall that in order for our cases to decrease, we need to maintain the R0 at below 1. Just very quickly, Madam Speaker, maintaining the R0 below 1 is a function of personal behavior. In particular, it is a function of the behavior of the infected. And the infected, that includes people who are ill and people who may be infected but asymptomatic. So the wearing of the mask, the hand sanitizing, the social distancing, if you are ill, separating yourself from the population, observing the curfews that are in place, these measures help to keep the R0 down. Once the R0 is below 1, we know that the reproduction of the virus will fall and therefore the infections will also fall.
The Prime Minister urged against complacency even with the reduction in the island's positivity rate.
And we will have to treat it like we treat any other contagious disease. The mindset has to shift, Madam Speaker, from treating with COVID as a project where it is dealt with almost separately to just treating with it in our public health system generally. The country cannot continue in this mode. We have been at it for more than a year and a half. So, Madam Speaker, we're moving into the endemic phase of the pandemic. And what that means is that we have to change the way in which we, as the leadership and government of the country, how we have managed the pandemic. And by this presentation, I'm signaling that we are in that process of shifting how we manage the pandemic. And that shift, Madam Speaker, will mean that the citizens will have to bear greater personal responsibility.
Mr. Holness reiterated that vaccination is key to the country returning to full productivity.